Welcome, Tailgate Legends, to the 2024-2025 season playoffs, the Super Dune playoffs. Got a lot at stake here. I apologize. I haven't done a video in 2 months, something like that. It's just life's busy and a lot going on. Probably could have made a better effort some nights, but it is what it is. Um, all that matters is I'm here now. So, it's been a wild season. I know for me personally, a lot of ups and downs with my team. I think it feels like that's kind of how every team has been, very up and down. Every team that's in the playoffs anyway. Between me, Lemke, like Burns, Lemish, Prusky, and Whitey. I think all of our teams, all six of our teams have been, just kind of riding in waves here. So I'm very interested to see what happens in the playoffs here. As we all know, Lemke has the most on the line here, trying to go back to back, win that dynasty pot in the Super Dune year. He's already won high score or most fantasy points scored, and I can't remember what that payout is, like $50, maybe 75, something like that. So for today's video, I'm going to go through the standings, go through the brackets, just to kind of talk about everybody's teams and give my predictions for this weekend's games. So let's start it off. So in the boards division, we have Burns, Lemish, and Whitey made the playoffs here. Burns finished at 11-3. I think that was good for me and Burns both finished at 11-3. And then Lemish at 9-5. Jamar's attacks at 8-6. Lemish with 1,700 points. I think he was the lowest point scorer. Oh, no. Prusky was the lowest point scorer of all the playoff teams. So big surprise here, I think, for me is Boggs not making it. That he traded for Christian McCaffrey. Obviously did not work out. It's so tough because I would have taken McCaffrey when Boggs traded for Christian McCaffrey. I was also talking with Yacht about trading for Christian McCaffrey, and at the end of the day, I didn't think I could make it work, within like the construct of my team and my cap space. But Boggs made it work, and I thought at the time it was a really good move for him. I think everybody thought that, and you know what? Fucking shit like that happens, man. It sucks, but you can go back and do it again. Obviously, you wouldn't, but hindsight is 2020. I'm always making moves like that. I think everybody in this league knows that. I'm like going into next year, I'll be looking to make moves like that, just like the one that Boggs made. But huge surprise that he didn't make it. I think the least surprising is probably Evan's team didn't make it. Evan's got a decent team, but I think he's like one or two pieces away. His quarterbacks, Dak and CJ Stroud just didn't really work out. Like fantasy-wise, CJ Stroud has been ass, and Dak Prescott never played well either. So, you at least have to have a good quarterback. He doesn't have to be a great quarterback, but you have to at least have a good quarterback, and I don't think he even had that. And then Sam and Co., they're always a wild card. Sometimes they get in, sometimes they don't. I don't think it would have shocked anybody if they would have made it. They have Lamar Jackson. Gosh, who else do they have? Lamar Jackson. God, the Nick Chubb thing. I feel like the Nick Chubb thing really put him in a really tough spot. But I don't know. Like Tank Dell was ass this year. Just ass. Roma Dunze, not any good. And we're talking about for fantasy football. I don't know. JSN is coming on, but kind of too little too late on that one. And then Amon-Ra's been good, but and then Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is not that. He's had a couple good games, don't get me wrong, but he has sucked. So not surprised. Their team could have gone either way. But yeah, so that's kind of how that division played out. I think Burns has to be the heavy favorite to win. However, I will say Lemish has a pretty good team. And I think if Lemish beats Whitey this week, I think he can give him a run for his money, Burns, that is. But, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I would give Whitey's team probably a better chance to beat Burns' team. If he makes it, I like his team a little bit better between Justin Herbert and Caleb Williams. I don't know what the matchups look like, but I'm sure I'm sure one of those guys has a decent matchup. And then he's got Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon. Those guys are healthy, can beat anybody. And Jamar Chase. I mean, Jamar Chase is on a fucking tear right now. Like, Jamar Chase is just one of those players I don't want to see. I just don't want to see them. You know what I mean? So if I'm Burns, no offense to Lemish at all, because he does have a good team. But if I'm Burns, I'm probably rooting for Lemish. I'd rather face Lemish. But yeah, I don't know. Lemish got a good team too. Lemish can beat anybody in this league. Travis Kelce, you never know. But Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, I mean, those are guys I don't want to see either. Chuba Hubbard, God, Chuba Hubbard's got to be, he's got to be up there for fantasy MVP in this league, just considering his salary. And Jude, he's just so good. He's just so good. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I'll do my predictions in a little bit, but just kind of wanted to run down the standings first. So that's them. Those are their standings, and then for our standings for the our division. So we had me surprisingly at 11-3. I'm shocked. My team started out real hot, and then what had happened was I went about 7 weeks in a row where Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels, whoever I start, the other one goes off. 7 or 8 weeks in a row. And there were like 4 weeks in a row where I started, maybe not 4, 3 weeks in a row for sure. I started Jaden Daniels, and he got hurt like after the first drive. First drive, gets hurt. Done. Then the next week, I start Jordan Love. He gets hurt. Then the next week, I start, it must have been Jordan Love again, or maybe Jaden Daniels. He gets hurt in the middle of the game. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then meanwhile, the other one that is sitting on my bench is going nuts. So I don't know. I do like my team. I definitely have a strong team, but it is really going to come down to my ability to start the right players, which has not been great this year. But I'm happy finishing first. I get the bye week. That's huge. The bye week is huge because then you only have to win twice, But then we have Lemke. Again, a lot at stake for Lemke here. He finished at 10-4. He was the points champ. So congratulations on that. You already won a little bit. Definitely not a fraction of, or only a fraction of what you could win, but, it's always nice. Lemke's team is really good. Lemke's team is really good. I do feel like, I don't know. Lemke is in a really good position to win it all again. Josh Allen right now is going bananas. Absolutely bananas. Right now in fantasy football, Josh Allen is a buzzsaw. And I know that because I have Josh Allen in our Woodchucks League, which a few of us are in. Boggs and I have Josh Allen, and it's real nice. Real nice having Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a buzzsaw. Josh Jacobs is a buzzsaw. Kyron Williams is a buzzsaw. And then he's got Aaron Jones and Brian Robinson to boot, who are both very good running backs. And then he's over here with CeeDee Lamb, Christian Watson, Nick Westbrook-Akine, Khalil Shakir, all very good options. Obviously CeeDee Lamb is a monster. It does feel like Christian Watson is starting to come on as of late. And then he's got Jonnu Smith and Tucker Kraft. Both of those guys are just, right now, are both playing pretty well, especially Jonnu Smith. So Lemke's team is really good. Really, really good. Man, it's going to be tough to beat him. And I think we split our match. We split our match this year, 1-1, but I got him in the early match, right? Because I think we played like week 2 and then week 10 or 11, something like that. So I got him in our early match when my team was playing well, but his team is completely different, and he kicked my ass the second time around. He whooped me. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to playing Lemke if I play Lemke. And then we have Prusky. He made it, which congrats, man. I Burns might have to fact check me, but I think this is your first year making the playoffs since year 1. Since the first year of this league. So a little bit of like a 9-year drought that I think just broke. I think. You can fact check me on that, though. Prosky's got a good team. He's got a squad. He's got a good squad. Joe Burrow right now, just like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow is playing lights out. He's just one of those guys that you don't want to see. He can put up a 50-burger any given week. So you don't want to see Joe. And then, running backs, David Montgomery, as consistent as you can ever ask for a running back. And, he doesn't have great running backs other than him, but he does have some good wide receivers. He has Quentin Johnston playing pretty well, Cooper Kupp playing pretty well, Jamison Williams playing pretty well. And then he's got, some other guys to boot. I don't know what his lineup's going to look like. He's got to stay healthy for a couple weeks if he can stay in. But, I think Prusky's got a really good team. I don't know, man. Nice job. Nice job, Prusk. That's kind of what and then for the rest of our division, we have Pump and Munch ended at 4-10. Dude, Ricky 2000, Roofer. I don't know, man. I feel like this might be one of the best teams to not make the playoffs. Not only did you not make the playoffs, you only got 3 wins. Dude, your average points for was 125. Bro, that's fucked. If we were in the victory points format that everybody laughed at me for, I think Roofer would be in over Prusky. And Prusky had 5 more wins. But Roofer, in the power rankings, you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 5th in power rankings. Oh, man. That's so funny. And then Cheeseheads with Attitude, 3-11. I think he was the lowest point scorer in the league, to probably nobody's surprise. But, man, Roofer's got to be the favorite to get the number 1 pick, I think. I don't know. Dude, look at this team, man. Baker Mayfield, who is going nuts this year. Saquon. I am so glad I don't have to see Saquon. I'm so glad. And then, T. Higgins, Puka Nacua. Puka is nuts right now. Yeah, just a lot of guys I don't want to see in the playoffs. So, sorry, Roofer, but kind of not sorry. Team's pretty good, and I wouldn't want to see it in the playoffs. So, so that's kind of how the division shook out. I don't know. It's been a wild year. It's just been a wild year, man. So here we go. I'm gonna do some predictions. So the playoff bracket. Actually, let's start with the burnt out bracket. We have Sam and Co. playing against Boggs. Country Roads take Mahomes. It's going to be a really good match. Whoever wins this plays Evan. Man, let me see if I can find the matchup here. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So I got to think, right now, Sam and Co. has Geno Smith in there, but I have to think they're going to swap out for Lamar Jackson, who plays the Giants. Oof, against Patrick Mahomes, who has the Browns. I mean, I don't know. Lamar Jackson could outscore Patrick Mahomes by 20 or 30. I mean, it wouldn't surprise anybody, which is really fucked up to say, because Patrick Mahomes is just not that good of a fantasy quarterback anymore. And then Sam and Co. has Nick Chubb and Najee Harris against Alvin Kamara and Tyrone Tracy. Man, those could split, but I think I would take Boggs. I think I would take Boggs in those two. And then we have JSN, Amon-Ra, and Michael Wilson for Sam and Co. against Marvin Harrison Jr., Juwan Jennings, and DJ Moore. I don't know. I think I would give the edge to Sam and Co. just because of Amon-Ra, but Juwan Jennings has been really good. Marvin Harrison's been shit. DJ Moore has been okay, hit or miss. Michael Wilson, though, for Sam and Co., I don't know. Wouldn't shock anybody if he put up a goose egg. And then David Njoku and Juwan Johnson. Like, David Njoku's been good, though. I would probably give the nod to David Njoku there. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna take Sam and Co. in this one, and I think the biggest difference for me is Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. That's just, man, it feels like Lamar Jackson could just wipe the floor with Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's a huge advantage for Sam and Co. So yeah, I'm gonna take Sam and Co. there. Yeah. Okay, and then so whoever wins that plays Sheer, Evan, in the Burnt Out Bowl, and then we have in the other bracket Pump and Munch, Yacht against Ricky 2000. I feel like I'm taking Ricky 2000 right off the bat here, but let's take a look just in case. Okay, so right now, Roofer has Tua against Houston. Yacht has Bo Nix against Indy. Oof. That could split. That wouldn't surprise me it wouldn't surprise me if those guys were within 5 points of each other, but you know what? Either one of those guys could shit the bed, and either one of those guys could go absolutely nuts, because we've seen it. But then, you have the Saquon Barkley and Rachaad White for Roofer, but Saquon Barkley's playing Pittsburgh, so okay, that's not a great matchup for Saquon. And then over here for Pump and Munch, we have Chase Brown and Tony Pollard, which, by the way, I will say I do think that was a really good trade between Lemke and Yacht. Yacht essentially gave up the Steelers defense, Aaron Jones, Christian Watson. And Aaron Jones and Christian Watson, they're good. I don't know if they're like on that level, on that. They're not quite in that next level anymore. But Chase Brown is really fucking good, in my opinion. Like, in that trade, Chase Brown was the best player in that trade. So I do think it was a good trade for both teams. Maybe Lemke made out a little bit better. Maybe. I don't know, though. What happens if Chase Brown goes out in the playoffs these next couple weeks and just goes nuts, and then what? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I think that was a good trade. Chase Brown is a really good fit for where you're at with your squad. So, so Chase Brown and Tony Pollard for Yacht against Saquon and Rachaad White. And I don't know, man. I might have to give the nod to I'm gonna give the nod to Roofer. I am. I have to give the benefit of the doubt to Saquon, but man, it would not shock me if Saquon didn't play well. It also wouldn't shock me if he put up like 30, 40 fucking fantasy points too, like it's Saquon. Okay, and then Yacht has Devontae Adams, Jerry Jeudy, and Devontae Smith, which let's talk about this real quick. Jerry Jeudy has been a bag of fucking potatoes in his whole career, right? He's been ass. Shit. Jerry Jeudy and Jameis Winston is, for me, must-see TV. I mean, how fucking fun is it? Seriously, how fun is it just watching Jameis Winston slaying that motherfucker? And Jerry Jeudy is over here just reviving his fucking career. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. So, yeah, Yacht has Devontae Adams, Jerry Jeudy, and Devontae Smith. Roofer has T. Higgins, Puka Nacua, and Jalen Waddle. Yeah, I am actually going to give the nod to Yacht there. Yeah, because I do think Jerry Jeudy is actually playing out of his mind right now. He is like, he's one of those sneaky league winners. You know what I mean? If he would have made the playoffs, like. If Jerry Jeudy was on my team right now, even with my depth, I would be playing Jerry Jeudy 100% over. I mean, obviously I'd be starting Nico Collins. Like right now, would I rather go Jerry Jeudy or Tyreek Hill? I'm going Jerry Jeudy. That's a fact. Jerry Jeudy or Brian Thomas? I'm going Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy or Lad McConkey? Going Jerry Jeudy. So yeah, Jerry Jeudy is somebody I've talked far too long about as of right now. Okay. And then Evan Ingram and Sam Laporta, that's, that could be a wash. I don't know. Neither have been that great. So who knows? But yeah, I'm going to go with Roofer here, but man, it would not shock me at all if Yacht won this thing. Yeah. It would not shock me at all. So that'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch. Okay, and now on to the championship bracket, the playoff bracket here. We have two matchups. Jamar's Attacks, Whitey is playing Lemmy Winks, Lemish, and the winner of that game plays Burnsy. So let's break that one down. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. Oh man, this is gonna be so fun. Okay, so this is what I got right now. Right now, Whitey has Justin Herbert in, which he should have him in. He plays the Buccaneers. Justin Herbert plays the Buccaneers. And then Lemish has Sam Darnold against the Bears. On the bench, Brock Purdy for Lemish and Caleb Williams for Whitey. He's not going to play Caleb Williams. Lemish, I feel like Lemish has to play Sam Darnold, man. Sam Darnold's just on a heater right now. So I don't fucking know. I mean, honest to God, I don't know. That's as close as you're going to get. Sam Darnold's playing so good right now. Justin Herbert is playing very well and playing against a shitty defense. So I don't know. I'm calling that a wash. Next we have Derrick Henry against Zach Charbonnet. I'm not sure on the status of Kenneth Walker. If Kenneth Walker doesn't play, I'm still going to give it to Derrick Henry. I know Zach Charbonnet had a really good week last week, but Derrick Henry is playing against the Giants, and Derrick Henry is just unstoppable right now. And then we have Joe Mixon against Miami for Whitey, and then Mike Evans. It looks like Lemish is starting 4 wide receivers right now, but Lemish does have Chuba Hubbard on the bench against Dallas. I have to imagine he gets Chuba Hubbard in. So then you'd be looking at Chuba Hubbard against Joe Mixon. and that could be a wash. I mean, I might even give the nod to Chuba Hubbard. He's been playing so good. But, Joe Mixon is elite, and for fantasy purposes, both of those running backs are elite. So, I don't know, that might be a wash. Then we have Jamar Chase against Justin Jefferson. That's fun. I'm going to give the nod to Jamar Chase just because Jamar Chase is just scoring so many fucking touchdowns right now. And Justin Jefferson is playing great, but not getting the touchdowns that Jamar Chase has been getting, with the exception of last week. But, that was the first time he scored a touch. Justin Jefferson scored a touchdown since week 7. So you never know. And then we have Zay Flowers for Whitey against Jacoby Myers for Lemish. I mean, that's probably a wash. I mean, both of those guys are putting up pretty similar numbers, and both guys are really good. So, and then you have Calvin Ridley against Garrett Wilson. That's kind of the same thing. I mean, I might even give the nod to Calvin Ridley. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not playing well. But Garrett Wilson can outscore Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley can outscore Garrett Wilson. Probably neither of them are going to have like super great fantasy days, but they'll have 5 catches for 60 to 90 yards, maybe a touchdown. I would put money on that's where both of them end up. And then we have TJ Hawkinson against Travis Kelce. That also could go either way. Man, this is a really, really, really good matchup. Fuck. I mean, I'm gonna pick Whitey. I'm gonna pick Whitey, and the reason is because I don't know. It's so hard for me to look past Derrick Henry and Jamar Chase, who are just having outstanding fantasy seasons. But Lemish has a lot of really underrated guys. I mean, I think Lemish has done a great job putting together a good roster, a good team. So I don't know, man. Lemish wins. Nobody's surprised. He's got a really good squad, but I'm gonna take Whitey here. But we'll see. Okay, and then the last matchup we have is Shit the Bed Fred Prusky against Lemke, Kraft, Yak, and Cheese. So here starts Lemke's, Lemke's bid for a huge payout. And I think everybody in this league would agree that if Lemke ended up winning all that money, I think everybody would be super happy for him. I know I swear to you, I would be so happy for you, Lemke. However, I am trying to stop you from winning that money. I would be happy for you. I promise I would. But man, I want it too. So I'm coming. You got to get past Prusky first before you get to me. So let's break this down. So Lemke has Josh Allen. Prusky has Joe Burrow. And as much as well as Josh Allen is playing, Joe Burrow is playing equally as well. Maybe not equally as well, but kind of. I mean, he's not getting the rushing touchdowns like Josh Allen is, but he's getting the passing touchdowns. Josh Allen has Detroit. That's a tough matchup. It just is. And Josh Allen could go out and score, between 3 and 6 touchdowns again. I don't know, but Detroit's defense has been really good. Really, really good. And I know they're depleted. They're depleted, but they're just playing out of their minds right now. And then you have Joe Burrow playing against the Titans, and the Titans defense is pretty underrated. Titans defense is pretty good too. I'm going to call this one a wash. I don't know who's going to win here. I do know that both quarterbacks are for sure going to put up points, like a lot of points. So that's that. Next, we have Josh Jacobs against David Montgomery. David Montgomery plays against the Bills. Josh Jacobs plays against Seattle, and Seattle's defense is playing pretty good. And this is probably a wash too. Both running backs are so good. And I have a hard time believing, actually, no, I have a hard time believing that Josh Jacobs and the Packers aren't going to keep putting up points. But it's the same with David Montgomery. David Montgomery has Jahmyr Gibbs also scoring, but they score so many fucking points, it doesn't even matter. And with the Packers, we all watch Packer games, and I think everybody in this league would agree, like, passing the ball with Jordan Love is just far riskier than just running with Josh Jacobs when you get inside the 10 or the 5, for the Packers. So Josh Jacobs is going to keep scoring. Next, we have Quentin Johnston against Aaron Jones. Quentin Johnston, if Ladd McConkey doesn't play, I think Quentin Johnston for sure gets in the end zone. Aaron Jones is good for between 50 and 80 yards and a touchdown, most weeks. So I think this is close, but I would give the nod to Aaron Jones. Then we have Kyron Williams against Cooper Kupp, same team, and I think Kyron outscores Cooper Kupp. However, Cooper Kupp is the kind of player that can go out and score 30 fucking points any given week. Kyron Williams is going to get in the end zone, but Cooper Kupp might be Cooper Kupp's turn this week. He hasn't had a week in a while. Cooper Kupp has those weeks, and he's got some more left this season. So we'll see. But I'm taking Kyron Williams there. Then we have Cortland Sutton against CeeDee Lamb. I'm taking CeeDee Lamb, although Cortland Sutton has been pretty good. And then Christian Watson against Jameson Williams. I am going to take Jameson Williams there, but again, Christian Watson's a big play guy, and he's been getting worked into the offense more and more. You never know, but I'm going to take Jameson Williams there. Then we have Jonnu Smith against Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is almost unplayable, and Jonnu Smith is scoring points, so I'm taking Jonnu Smith there. Maybe one of these guys puts in somebody else. I don't know. I'm kind of looking through. Yeah, I don't know if either team would really sub anybody out. So I think this is like maybe Brian Robinson, but I don't even like who are you going to put Brian Robinson in for? You're not putting him in for Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, or Kyron Williams. So I think this is the lineup that you're looking at. I am going to take Lemke. I think Lemke is going to win this. I think it'd be really cool if Prusky won. Then it kind of takes a little pressure off me. I know, everybody's trying to get that money. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Lemke, seriously, good luck, man. We're all gunning for you, but I know everybody'd be happy if you won. So that's all I got for today. Good luck, everybody. It's been a really fun season, and hopefully we can continue it for a couple more weeks.